Hello, and welcome to the WBA Ontario Fighting Championship intro video. This video is for people that have competed before in the USBA, WBA, and for brand new competitors that have never done competitive ranking. So I'm going to run over some rules, I'm going to run over some divisions, I'm going to tell you how to register, I'm going to actually go over some setup as well for the ranking, and if you have any questions after the video, you can contact me at the phone number that's going to be listed or the email address and the website that I'll be posting during the video and underneath the video. If you go to my YouTube channel, underneath there, under the comment section. Alright, so May 2nd, 2015 is going to be the first Ontario Fighting Championship held in Fort Hope. It's going to be at the Fort Hope Rec Center, Fall Fair Center building. So we have a nice big venue, nice cement floor. So that's going to be really exciting. So if you're new to racing, there's all kinds of different things that you can do with racing. You can bring pine boards, you can bring catwalk, cattle pavers. If you're just doing standard power racing, if you get into the creative racing, there's all kinds of different materials to bring. So let's start with whether or not there's a category for you, and yes there is. Alright, but we have various age and rank and gender categories. We have our 7 and under tiny top division, so that's the mixed division of all three up to 7 years old. We have our power breaking events for that. We have our creative wood breaking events, and we have our high jump and speed breaking. And if you're under the 7 and under category, you are going to be breaking pine boards that are 12 inches wide by 6 inches long with the ring by half an inch thick. And then if you are in our 8 to 12-year-old, we have separate male and female, as well as beginner intermediate is one division, advanced and black belt is another division. So there's only four divisions as far as rank and age category goes. Now, how do you know if you fall under the beginner intermediate or do you fall under the advanced black belt? Well, at my school at Cobourg Tae Kwon Do, you'll be considered beginner and intermediate if you are a white belt up to blue belt. And then if you are a blue belt with red stripe, red belt, red and black, and upper belt, that would fall under the advanced and black belt category. So we separate you by gender at that point as well. And then we have 13 to 17, same thing. And then we have our 18 to 34, and then 35 and up. Again, we divide you up by rank, beginner intermediate. We divide you up by advanced black belt. Now for the male, we also have weight category. We have the lightweight and the heavyweight for the male. So 18 over male, lightweights are up to 199.9 pounds, and then the males that are heavyweight are 200 plus pounds, and they also fall into beginner intermediate or advanced black belt rank as well as age. Now, as far as different divisions that we have different power breaks, different speed breaks, high jump, and creative. We also separate female as well from the adult male in both divisions. Alright, so let's talk about our power breaking. Whether you are tiny top, 8 to 12, 13 to 17, 18 up, heavyweight male, lightweight male, or 18 up, female, all weight categories for female. What we have is power wood, hand, power wood, elbow, power wood, stomp, or foot, what we call it. Number one strength is the stomp. With all those techniques, those are three separate divisions. So if you think you have a really good hand strength, power hand is good for you. You're allowed to use hammer fist. You can use a punch. You can use a palm strike, a knife hand, back fist, ridge hand, whatever hand strike you think you have the power in, that would be the hand strike that you would do for your power wood space hand. Power elbow, elbow strikes are most popular is your overhand elbow and your drop elbow. Those are the two main elbows that people do. Again, we have all different categories, all different dimensions for that. Then you have power foot, which is a 1,000 strike, like you can see at the tournament. And so basically 100% of people do the heel stop. You are allowed to do active. It has to be 1,000 strike for that. And then we have unspaced wood, which means there's no spacers, just solid wood. I'll get to that a little later. That division is for 18 and over black belt only. So you have your black belt lightweight male, black belt heavyweight male, and black belt female all weight. We're having again power hand division, power foot, and power elbow division. We have 3 divisions in those categories. Then we also have power concrete for our 18 and over competitors. We have beginner intermediate, advanced black belt, lightweight, heavyweight for the male, all weight for the female. You are going to be catwalk right here, 8 inches by 16 by 2 inches thick. Face. And then we have power hand, power elbow, and power foot. Exactly same as far as the wood goes, same technique, whatever technique for your hand that you like, you do it. Whatever elbow you like, you do that. And whatever strength you want to do with the foot. Again, about 99 to 100% of all competitors that do the foot tend to use the heel stop because it seems to be the most effective. And then we also have our creative breaking. We have 2 different creative breaking. We have creative wood or creative multi-directional wood breaking. Beginner intermediate of all age and tiny tot have 4 stations. Now, each station allows for 1 strike, except for the following. If you do 2 strikes at one time, that counts as 1 strike. If you are to do some kind of jump kick and you're in the air and you're doing multiple strikes before you hit the ground, that counts as 1. So you're allowed 4 strikes. So you want a mixture of power breaking, speed breaking, just technical breaking. You want to train with it. You can use center block. You can create your own stand. We can also use catwalks as well for stand. And then we also have our advanced black belt, again for all different age categories and genders. We have 8 stations this time. So you're allowed 8 different strikes. Again, 1 strike per station, unless you're doing multiple strikes at a time. Like you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 4, you can do aerial kicks, you can do multiple kicks where you jump up and hit 4 or 5 forward before you hit the ground. You train of wood, and then with train of wood you have to use the time cord only. You can use the 1 inch, the half inch, the 1/4 inch stuff, or the time cord, the half inch time cord of a train of wood. Again, multiple different techniques, speed frame, split frame, power frame, can't really train with it. And then we have creative open breaking, which you're allowed to break pretty much any material, like standard, catwalk, pine board, saddle cloth, baseball bat, wooden dowling, ice. There's various materials to break. The only thing we're not allowed to break is fire and glass, because of the nature of that. Other than that, pretty unlimited to what material you can break. And again, you have hand stations that time. And with that, we have 17 and under category. Then we have the 18 and over category for male and 18 and over category for female. That's going to be all ranked for this tournament. Again, any material go 10 stations this time. Alright, we also have high jump breaking, which we use 1/4 and 4, really simple, So what we're going to do, we have a apparatus that's right across the board. What we're going to do, we're going to measure the top of your head, and we're going to see how high you can jump and break the board. You're going to have 3 tests to go higher every time to see how high you can do it. And the competitor in your division who can break the highest successfully over their head wins. Now, and height is not really playing a factor because you have somebody short like myself and somebody taller, and the shorter person may win because they can actually get higher off the ground from their head. Versus somebody that's already taller, they may have to do something, they may be further from the ground, but not further from their head. So that's how that goes, and those ones, we split them up by age, but there is no weight category, and there is no rank category. So you can have a white belt versus a black belt, and possibly the white belt's going to win if you're a better jumper. Or sometimes rank does not matter when it comes to breaking. So we have our speed breaking. Now, with speed breaking, you have, we're going to set up 5 stations, and you have unspaced forward, and you try to break as many forwards as you can in 10 seconds with various strikes. You can do hand strike, you can do elbow strike, you can do foot techniques. They are set up on knee stand or knee stand for a different height, depending on the technique that you're going to use. 10 seconds, you're going to have 5 stations set up in a row. You're going to have 2 helpers with you, and your helper will help you, feed you the board and you break them. But you'll also have the first 5 stations set up, and you can go through the break that way. And then at the end of 10 seconds, we see how many forwards we close. Alright, so as far as that goes, and then we also have to talk about when we do our power breaking. We use carpenter pencil, which we provide at the tournament for all your powder breaks, your concrete, and your safe wood. We will provide the pencil spacer for you. So all your powder wood has to have spacer, all your powder concrete has to have spacer. The unspaced wood for the black belt movement, it's just solid wood on wood. We're going to divide all these categories up by different ranks and whatnot. Alright, let's talk a little bit more about your kratom. Also with kratom, which I forgot to mention, our kratom is set up on civic log, you can use cat log, you can have your own stands made up, you can use human holder to hold the board in different ways for you. If you want to have a variety, the more variety of stands and setups that you have, it's good. It's more kratom for you. However, here's the thing. If you are doing kratom wood division, you only have 3 minutes to set up your break all your breaks, and clean up. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to time you on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you to go, you're going to set up your break. When you're done your break, when you're done your setup, tell us to stop. You stop the clock. Then, the second you break your first forward during the routine until the last forward, we time that. So that will have 2 times right there. Then, we're going to do one more time from whatever's left. Let's say you have 30 seconds left to clean up. We'll tell you have 30 seconds to clean up, and you have that much time to clean up. If you go over your 3 minutes, there will be a penalty involved. And it's in the rules that's on our website, and the rules that will be available at the tournament. Also, now with kratom open breaking, you have 6 minutes to set up. Now with that, same rule applies. We'll tell you when to do your setup. You set up, you tell us when you're done, we'll stop the time. Then the time will start again when you break your first break, and it'll stop at your last break. Then we'll let you know how much time you have left to clean up, and you'll clean up. And if you have to go over time, again, there will be a point deduction, which again will be laid out in the rules on the website that's on there right now, as well as there will be copies of the rules at the tournament so that everybody knows what they're in for. Alright, there's also set up for speed breaking. There's 5 minutes set up. Pretty much you have 5 minutes set up. and then before you get 10 seconds break. No big deal there. High jump, you have like 1 minute per attempt. Once the board is in flight to get ready to jump and break the board. Time there. In your power breaking, wood, and power wood and power concrete, you have 5 minutes to set up your break. Power breaking tends to take a little bit more time to set up, because you have to set up everybody. So let's say there's 10 people in your division, for whatever power breaking you're doing, we'll have all 10 people set up at the same time. So everybody ready, and go, and you'll fill up your stack, which I'll cover in a couple minutes here. Once you're done filling your stack, you will yell time or say your name, and we'll check the clock, and we'll mark you off and your time done before time's up. Then, if you have to go over time, over the 5 minute setup, we'll allow you to keep going, that's like a lot over time. There will be for every 15 second open time in the power breaking division, wood is 1 board for every 15 second penalty. So let's say you stack up 10 and you break 10 and 10 boards, and you went over by like 10 seconds, you will get a 1 board deduction, so you end up with 9 instead of the 10. And with the concrete, for every 15 seconds over, there is a half a concrete break. So again, you stack up 10 concrete slabs, you break 10, but you went over time by, let's say, 8 or 9 seconds, or your score will be 9.5 instead of 10 that you actually did because of time penalty. So you want to make sure that you are within your time and not going over it. So it's always good to have a helper help you, whether it's another teammate, your coach, your instructor, a parent, something to help you set up. That goes for trainer breaking, power breaking, and speed breaking. You want to have people that will help you. It's a good idea to have your instructor or your teammate. Those are probably the best people, because they're the ones that work with you most. But if you can train a parent to help you as well, if you have a parent coming, you're one of the younger students, one of the younger competitors, that's cool too. So, that's how I like to train. That's how I love about breaking each other. Train breaking, power breaking, doesn't matter what type of breaking we're doing. It's really cool that everybody can get involved. The competitor, the parent, the instructor, and our competitors help each other. It's a really friendly, encouraging atmosphere. Everybody does their best. Even though the competition against other people, it's actually really a competition from within, from yourself. You're competing with yourself. You're competing with that stack of wood or that stack of concrete. You kind of forget about everybody else, and you try to do your best. And everybody does their best. Everybody encourages each other. Everybody claps. When everybody's right, it's an awesome environment. Alright, so now, registration. I know it may seem a little bit confusing for anybody that's never done registration online. If you go on the USBA WBA website for the racing part of our tournament, we also do have an open in-house tournament that we're doing just for the Cobourg Tae Kwon Do students. You can go to CobourgTaekwonDo.ca and go on the tournament website for that. But we're just going to talk about the USBA website. Have a link below here. You go to WBA.com, and then events, and then you'll see the rest of the URL, and that will take us to our Ontario Breaking Championship page. They'll have a general section telling general information on like board costs, community stand costs, admission costs, stuff like that, registration costs. Okay. So what you're going to need to know is we order all our boards from the USBA WBA, so that all the tournaments in the circuit, like Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York, Indiana, Florida, and now here in Ontario, we get boards from one supplier, so no matter where you go in the USBA WBA World Circuit or one of the regional circuits, we are on the World Circuit, National Circuit, that you'll have the exact same quality board, so it's fair. So what you need to know is what the cost of boards are. That's on the website. The concrete we get from a local supplier here, and we try to match it up with the the same strength as some of the other tournaments, but from one tournament to another, it's pretty much the same stuff. So what you'll find on the left-hand side of the page, you'll have rules section, a division link that will tell you all the different divisions that you would be in. They'll have training board, it'll list all the divisions, the division codes, so you need to know what code you are based on your age, your rank, and what you're doing. All the power divisions, everything will be listed on there. What you need to look through that to see what division you want to do, and possibly what your age category is, and what if you're going to be beginner, intermediate, advanced, black, or is it all rank category. You'll list that. You'll have a link that says rule. You'll have about 7 or 8 pages of the WBA rules for our tournament, specifically for our tournament. Going all very specific about your attire, your rank, how to go by that, your mannerisms, how you have to be respectful. It's going to go how, when there's an issue or something, how you go about coming to the tournament director and discussing that with them. We're going to have very specific rules on the time for the different divisions, what the time limits are, what materials allowed. It will tell you, the age category, with how big the wood is, which we already covered. So make sure you check out all the rules there as well. And then there's going to be a registration page for divisions as well as material ordering. Because you have to order all the material from us for the power ranking and speed ranking and high jump division, so that when other competitors are competing against you, they have the exact same material. That we know it came from the same spot, so everybody should be having the same assistance, but you can't say that one person had really dry wood and the next person had really wet wood. Everybody's going to have either all dry, or all wet, or all average. It's going to be the exact same wood, or same concrete, everybody's in the same boat, so that way the tournament is fair as possible. So you're going to have to order on there, so you go on the registration page, you'll fill out your name, your address, your rank, what school you're from. If you're a USBA, WBA member, you'll put your membership ID down there as well, so that if you need to be seated in our tournament, you'll be seated properly. You will see a bunch of things that will ask you to select how many divisions you're doing. So here, the first 3 events is going to be one price, and then for every additional event, you'll pay a little bit more. So you'll get three events right off the bat. So most people are probably going to do the first 3 power ranks, for instance. Right off the bat, then you get your speed ranking and high shot and trail. Then you can add on to that afterwards. So there'll be a section for that, and then there's going to be a section where you can, what size board. So if you're 7 under, and you need the 12 by 6 board, there'll be a section asking you how many boards you need for that. If you're 6 to 12 years old, you're going to have a 12 by 10 half inch. It will ask you how many boards you need for that. If you are 13 and up, you're going to have a 12 by 10 1-inch out board, and if you have to ask how many for that. If you're doing trainer for anything, it will, you can use different size boards, so you can use a mixture of the string. It's going to ask you how many concrete slabs you need, if you're doing power concrete, or if you're doing any type of trainer or speed for anything, and you need lower stands, we'll use these. If not, there's also a section that says community stand fee, which is $8, which every competitor pays, and the community stand fee allows you to use as many of these cinder blocks as we have. So that way you don't have to put your own, and it covers the cost for that. So we're kind of sharing everything. But if you need to use these, you have to buy those. We'll cover those. Alright, again, like I said, cardboard pencils, you won't have to buy these. Unless you're doing training, you have to have your own pencil. We do not have enough pencils for training for you. Also, with training, you want to set stuff up ahead of time, tape them up, whatever, so you can take your stacks and put it into your ring when you're called to train them. That way there's very little setup time. Power frames, we have to set up at the same time, and we have utensils for that. So there's that, and then there's going to be a section where, let's say, train of multi-directional wood. You'll look at your age, your rank, you'll select that. Train of open, if you're train of open, again, you're going to look for the division that says your rank, your age, your rank, your gender, you select that. Same with different power racing events, the power wood, the power concrete, the high jump, the speed racing. You're just going to keep going through the session until you see your division, and if you are going to do that break, you're going to select that division. And at the very end of the page, you'll select register, and it'll take you to a page where you'll pay through PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, that's good. If you don't, it doesn't matter, you can still pay through PayPal. All funds are in Canadian, even though we do have Canadian and American competitors. We decide to charge everything in Canadian dollars. So it's nice for everybody. It's cheaper for us, it's cheaper for our US neighbors, to go that way. Okay, so now, if you have any questions, after you went through all the rules, and after you looked at the division code, you looked at registration page, and you're still a little bit confused, you know what, don't be afraid to contact me. You can call the number, which I'll post right here. It's 905-373-0032. Also, if you want to email me instead, it's jfield@usbawba.com. That's the email I'll be using to answer all questions referring to our tournament here. Also, if you're one of my students, you can come into my office and talk to me during classes as well, or before or after classes. You can also talk to some of the instructors here. We also have on the wall right here all the divisions posted, so you can take a look at that, and we can talk about it in the waiting room here. You can also talk to the current Cobourg member at our school. If you're not from my school, you can ask an instructor, and then you get a hold of me. You can ask one of the international or local directors of the USBA, WBA. They will be happy to answer questions. You can reach out to all of us. We're all here to make sure all the competitors have a good time and choose really successful fundraisers. Now, I'm going to go into setting up in a couple minutes here. I'll show you how to do the setup of concrete and wood for power frames anyway. And then, you can, again, contact us if you have any questions. Also, one more thing, for my school here at Cobourg Tae Kwon Do, Cobourg is we're doing a fundraiser. So, starting in the second weekend of March, what we're going to do is set up a class on Sunday where anybody that wants to do the tournament, that wants to learn more about racing, besides what we do in class, what we do in grading, and if you're not one of my Cobourg members, you can come in and we're going to show you how to break, and we're going to get you ready for the breaking. And we're going to make sure that you are competitive before we allow you to break on the tournament. Cobourg has a lot of success in international tournaments, so we're pretty confident that we can take any of our students in a very short time and get them competitive. And we've had a couple of breaking seminars over the last couple of years with Sheehan, Merrifield, and Grandmaster Ralph Furthermore. They have also been very valuable to us for teaching us how to break. So I think our students will do very well at this tournament. And it's nice to have a tournament right here in Ontario now, and we are planning on hopefully getting some other tournament in our local area, like Toronto, Hamilton, area, Southern Ontario, so that we can have Ontario circuit, so that we can get students ready for a more competitive tournament, like down at US Opens, or the Hall of Fame tournament, or the Florida tournament, the Indiana, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. We're going to really open this up, but we have to start from here. So stay tuned, and I'm going to set up, show you how to do some setup frames, and we'll go from there. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about how to set up power wood, whether it's power elbow, hand or foot as wood, or with the concrete, again, power elbow, foot, or hand technique. It's pretty much the same setup. Most times we use cinder blocks, we can lay them this way, we can lay them sideways, depending on one's height. We can also use the catwalk here, or a combination of the cinder block and catwalk to make sure that you have the appropriate height for your frame. So each frame tends to have different ideal height to allow you to have maximum power. So let's cover the standard frame setup. So I'm going to be using some refractable boards here. Obviously these are not real boards, but they'll do. So you want it so that your boards are placed so that this is a little bit of support on each side, not too much, because if we have too much, it's going to make our material too structurally sound. We want to make sure that the material is as weak as possible, right? So we already talked about physics. Bracing has to do a lot with physics. Alright, so what you do is you have your check your stand. If you're in a power division, what we'll do is we'll have you line up. Make sure that you have the stand set up, and then your USBA WBA official will tell you, everybody ready? You'll say yes sir. They'll say it's time to do. So from there, if it's just you or you have a helper, that's okay. The first board on the stand, make sure it's straight and how you like it. Some people like it a certain way like this, some people like this. Some people like this. It's personal preference. Everybody has their thing. Then you take your pencil, you put them on the edge of the board. You don't want to put them in. Like I said, if you put them in, it's going to make the board more structurally sound, and it's going to make it a lot harder, if not impossible to break. So you want to make sure you take your pencil. You're going to put them on the edge. Remember, we're providing these pencils for all power breaking. You do not have to use your pencil. Then you take your second board, and however way that you like to put the board on there, make sure you're nice and lined up, and then the pencil slide. When you feel that's good, you take your next pencil, and you put them like so, and then you take your next board, you put them on top, and make sure it's lined up. So this would be a straight stack break. So for some of the younger children, like tiny tot, 3 or 4 boards may be efficient. You're looking at the adult who doing 15, 16, 17. Some of the more powerful adults, the average is like 9, 10, 11, depending on the strike. Again, it depends on the thickness of the wood that we're using for the different age category. So the best thing is cracking the hand tie, acting structure, the best way to do that. So this would be, for myself, would be a nice setup for a palm heel strike, which I'll show you in a second. The breaks are a little bit tricky to break, so if it looks like hits a break, they may or may not break. So that's okay. Like this looks pretty structurally sound. Again, concrete would be the exact same setup for this. And then when you're done your setup, you'll say, for me, John feels time, and then it would work out that I've done my setup. And then when everybody's done their setup, then we would go through on the order sheet, Google, and there's also strategy involved in power breaking. If you're the first person up, you pretty much have to stack the same number and hope to break the wall. If you're the last person up, you get to see what everybody else wrote and break accordingly. So let's just say there's only 2 people in the division, and competitor A stacks up 10 boards, and let's say the others wrote 8. Competitor B only has to break 8 of 8, because that's 100% to win. They can choose to break more, but let's say they stack up, let's say they thought they could break 11, and they broke 8 of 11, where competitor A broke 8 of 10, competitor A won, because they had a higher percentage. But if competitor B only stacked up 8 of 8, broke 8 of 8, then they would win because they have 100% of the break. But if you go against you, you can stack up 8 with break 7 of 8, competitor A won, and they rolled 8, 4, where you only roll 7. So there is a little bit of strategy involved in that. So if you don't quite understand that, you can come talk to one of the instructors, one of the team Wolverine members, or talk to your local USBA WBA director, and we'll be happy to help you with that. That's how that goes. So let's just do a quick break here, see if this thing breaks. So that would be an example of ranking 3 of 3. So then if I was to circle up, I vote 3 of 3, and then competitor B comes up and stacks 4, and they break 4 of 4, they win. Or, I know I could have done more than 3. If I during practice, I know I can break 10 and 10, that's what I'm going to go for. And then you have competitors that try to go for competition record. So let's say in one of the divisions, competition record is 12, and you lost that record, you're going to have to break 13 or more to get that record. So some people, instead of playing strategy, they try to go for a record, and that's completely up to you. But if you want to go for a record and you want to be sanctioned, you have to be a USBA, WBA member. And you can go on the WBA website and check out the membership benefits. And you have team benefits. You can go for competition record. You can go for world record. Your point accumulate over the year. There's competitor of the year awards. There's top rankers programs. All kinds of stuff that you can do in the WBA circuit. So there's a lot of different things we can do. And you'll see some of the stuff at the Ontario Break Championship. I know it's from some of our students that it's going to be quite interesting, some of the stuff that they're going to be demonstrating for everybody else. So it's going to be really cool. So that's how we do power breaking, speed breaking. We would have center block set up, or the cap block, if you're no longer than this way, set up. And based on your height, you'll have 5 knee stations set up, so 5 stacks, and then you're able to replenish those stacks. That's pretty basic there. Concrete breaking, same setup. High jump, you're going to use the machine, so that's pretty easy to do. And crane breaking, you're allowed to use these, you're allowed to use these. We also have different wooden stands that various schools use. Everything has their own unique cool frames, so you're able to do that. I will go into one more thing with crane breaking. If there is a technique or a break that we think is too dangerous for the spectator, or with you in the high risk of you injuring yourself, then we have the right to let you know that no, you cannot do that. We want to make sure everything's safe as possible. We're also looking at you can get disqualified if in turn crane breaking, if material leaves the ring in a dangerous manner, you can get disqualified. So when you're doing your crane breaking, if something's going to go flying, make sure to go inside the ring and not out of the ring, or aim it against the wall where there's nobody going to be standing. Make sure nobody gets hurt. We want to be as safe as possible. Tower breaking is all going to be set up together. Speed breaking, we're going to have an area. The high jump, we're going to have a mat on the floor. Like 6 mats, so nobody gets hurt doing that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Speed breaking, that's one area. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me or on the other director. But make sure you go on the website first, check out all the rules, read the rules, check out the divisions, check out the registration page to see if you make sure you understand it. And if there's any questions at all, please let us know. And one of us will be happy to help you. I'm always available. You can call me at 905-373-0032. You can get me pretty much 24 hours a day on my cell phone, and I will answer all your questions. And I hope that May 2nd will be an awesome day for you. I know I'm looking forward to it a lot. I hope everybody gets a chance to win our custom medals that we're going to made up. And if you are thinking about doing the in-house tournament, you're going to go to Cobourg Tae Kwon Do. If you are deciding that you're going to do the breaking, the Ontario Breaking Championship, as well as our in-house tournament, what you need to do is register at the Ontario Breaking Championship website at USBA.com first. Then you go over to CobourgTaeKwonDo.ca and register there. Because there's a slightly different registration, but on the Cobourg Tae Kwon Do website, it's going to ask you if you are doing the breaking division, because if you are, the prices will be slightly different. If you're not doing the breaking tournament, the prices are going to be slightly different. It'll be cheaper to do the breaking tournament and then add on the in-house tournament. So again, if you have any questions, I know I keep saying that, but I just want to make sure that everybody understands fully what we're all about, and I want you to be as comfortable as possible. And again, we're going to be having classes on Sunday with the team WBA to help you guys learn to break if you are at my school, or even if you're not in my school, if you are in my area or within a couple hours, and you want to come train with us on Sunday for an hour, get up a little bit. Again, call us, or you can email me at jamefield@usbawba.com, or go to my website, CobourgTaeKwon.ca. You get our information there, and you can come train with us, and we will teach you what you need to know to get ready for the tournament. And it's going to be an awesome day. I'm super excited. Team WBA is super excited. This is the first event in Ontario of this type of thing. The USBA WBA is finally here. One tournament before in Canada, but we finally got it here, and we are going to make this thing grow, and it's going to be awesome for everybody. And you can tell I'm super excited. So go on the website, check it out, ask us questions, ask the instructors questions, ask the WBA questions. I hope everybody's going to come support this awesome event, and I'm going to thank all the sponsors ahead of time. We'll mention them later on through videos and on the program. And if you are interested in sponsoring us, get a hold of us and we'll make it happen. So take care, and we'll see you at the tournament.